Yayo, ayo, ayo. Mission 2, we've got Foundation of the Halo Infinite LASO speedrun guide. We're leaving off right where we ended on Warship. I was in the middle of talking, so if you didn't see that, sucks. If you didn't see the first video and you decide to jump into the second video for some reason, sucks for you. You don't know what's going on. That's fine. What was I talking about at the beginning of the end of the last mission? Mission 2, Foundation, LASO. Let me think. Launch him. Launch him. None of those is launching him. He's gone. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Oh, that's gonna be a weird cut. Doesn't matter. We're gonna have it. We're gonna cut it there anyways. That's fine. So at this part, really all you gotta do is you want to skip by all the enemies. The longer you wait, you're gonna have phantoms come in and drop more enemies, and you're just gonna have to fight more. You don't want to deal with that, so skip by them all. You have unlimited grapples, so you don't have to be careful with it. Don't worry about your shields. You're gonna get them. You're gonna get your shields back in a second here. Make sure your weapons are reloaded. If you're not sure what you got, shoot at a distance, because you still have that rocket launcher in your back pocket, which is great for launching enemies. And then once you do that, once you come here, this is a guy you get shields off of. Then there are Jackal. And then there are... Woo! That was a grenade. There are enemies over here, which we are just going to blow up with that. So, I'm going to show off something called... Nice. Oh, there's that impact damage. So I'm going to show off something called Fusion Coil launching. We're going to use it here. You don't have to do this. Again, technically you have unlimited grapple, so you could just do this, really. You can just climb the wall if you wanted. But I'm going to just show it just to explain it a little bit, because we might use this later on in the run. Oops. And I want to show it. So, Fusion Coil launching. If you haven't seen this before, you've probably seen, like, Mint Blitz use this trick. You've seen speedrunners use it. What it involves is you basically stick a Fusion Coil standing up somewhere. You stick it standing up. And what you need to do is you need to jump over it and grapple it. And the later you grapple, the later you grapple the Fusion Coil, it will launch you, the farther and higher it will launch you. And if it hits you hard enough, you hit terminal velocity. That's a whole other thing. I don't really need to over-explain that to you. Maybe I'll explain it later on. If people are interested, ask in the comments. Maybe I'll add a little snippet about terminal velocity if I really need to. But really, all it means is that you hit a point where you can't slow down in the game, and it's going to keep sending you until you hit an invisible barrier or something stops you. Now, we're going to use it to basically launch ourselves really, really high up. I'll be honest. I think I just broke the game. I think I just phased through a pillar. And I don't think there's a way I can get out of this pillar, to be 100% real with you. So I think I just got myself killed here. Yeah, that's a brand new one. So that's a great show of what can happen, and one of the utilities for Fusion Coil launching is, phasing through walls and stuff. Because, yeah, that's the thing we will be doing later on. Oh, God, I have to do the Nexus skip, I just realized. That thing took me, like, what, 40 minutes to do? Oh, that's gonna be fun. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. But yeah, Fusion Coil launching, it basically looks like that. It's jump over it and you hit it. And you have to do it while it's standing up, because if you do it when it's down, you just pick up the Fusion Coil. So that's why you have to, like, get it so it's stood up. And we do use it in a few areas. You'll see it. It really is just used for speed. When in doubt, one of the reasons being that this is the easiest game on LASO, which we're going to use it right here. Ouch. Alright, well, we'll do it after we get our shield back from this man. Thank you. One of the reasons why this is the easiest game on... Okay. Hold on, I'm going to get up top and then we'll talk about this. why this is... Again, it'll say return to battlefield. Don't worry. You'll fall fast enough that you won't have to worry about it. You'll come back into the map. You do have to slow your descent, so there's that. But that'll launch you all the way to the top. Again, you could just grapple all the way. The fact... I'll explain. I keep stopping myself mid-sentence. 10 out of 10 guide creator. Would create guides again. By the way, bye guys! This area, all you gotta do is go underneath. Now we're gonna do something... So, the actual door trigger activates when you're underneath the map. So you can actually get the door to start opening here. That way, you can immediately grapple into it. And then you don't have to worry about taking damage. Potentially at all. If done properly. So... That's why we do that, is we don't have to worry about enemies. And that's kind of what I wanted to explain, that is the other reason why this game is so easy on LASO, is in reality, I think a lot of people were even questioning, like, a lot of people, when I had to ask if people even wanted a guide for LASO, which I think there are a large amount of people who are interested in seeing a guide, who maybe aren't me, who this kind of stuff I don't think too much about, and I'm able to do them pretty easily, but I spend my entire life in Halo campaigns, right? Spent literally over 10,000 hours in Halo campaign, going fast and on Legendary. So, LASO's not that crazy of a step up, but I think some people still struggle, but this is super easy, and the fact is the longer you take at it, the easier it becomes. I know that sounds weird, but basically all I'm saying is, if you just take your time and take everything slowly and play it super safe, you're gonna have no problem beating this. You can avoid a lot of enemies just by, like, clambering up the walls and going across, like, the ceiling, or going underneath the maps and doing all those things, or making sure you kill every enemy with unlimited ammo rockets, making sure you just shoot thousands of rockets at 2 enemies until they're 100% dead. The more of that you do, the safer the game is going to be, and the easier time you're going to have. So, it's one of those, like, you can set yourself up for easy success in this game, which we are going to do. It's why I said that 4th mission is going to be the most important mission to watch.
There's something up ahead. I can feel it.
Alright, this area, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to skip through.
These are the banished.
Affirmative.
They smell even worse than I imagined.
Go around. And we can actually skip getting the bridge.
An array of sensors in your
Speed run.
and I analyze
Like I said, speed run, right? So, and you come right to it. Now, I could tell by my arm, I haven't actually taken any damage. If you saw any shield or anything popped up, that would mean I've taken some damage. It means I probably haven't got a checkpoint yet. But, it looks like I have. So,
There's a file that's
now one thing you're going to see me doing a lot. I guess I didn't explain this in the first mission, and hopefully you guys could have figured it out from what I was doing. But if you haven't noticed, I'm doing something called Grapple Sliding. We are going to use it a lot, so just be wary. Now, there's shot grenades somewhere. Have I got shot grenades yet? Yes, I do. Apparently, they automatically give you shot grenades on LASO. Interesting. So that's going to be important later on. I'll explain the whole grenade situation later on. But to explain, we use something called Grapple Sliding, and once again, this feels like something that is second nature to me, but some people don't fully understand how something like that works. All it is I'm sprinting, so you have to be sprinting. So it does require for you to have the control maintain sprint on. You need to have maintain sprint on.
way to bring it back online.
And then what it is you sprint and then you use your grapple hook. And when you're in the grapple hook, your sprint is still happening. And so in order to slide, you need to be sprinting. So as soon as you hit the ground from the grapple hook, end of the grapple hook, you hit the slide button, and it will launch you really fast because it takes the momentum of the grapple hook into your slide, and it can send you really far. And we're going to use that to skip through a lot of enemies and stuff like that, so just be very wary of that. I've taken a little damage. I'm aware of that now, so mentally, I now know I need to melee an enemy to get shields back. So, But yeah, we're going to use Grapple Sliding a lot.
Out about her.
You need to make sure you start your sprint before you grapple. So you're going to see me do a lot of that. So just know that that's what I'm doing and why I'm moving quickly across the map.
Cause of death was an energy blade, but different, stronger.
As I said, we'll talk more during the 4th mission, the super long mission, about like details of why I use the weapons I do, and specifically reasons why I'm not. I did explain that this isn't using tank gun. We'll also get to that on the next mission. Alright, there you go. I have now meleeed. That's the perfect enemy to get your shields back. I would say just take a brief breather to make sure that your shields are fully recharged. And then try and pop the first 2. And then this is where you're just going to kind of take your time and long-range rocket launcher shot these enemies until they all die or get slapped across the wall or anything or whatever it is. You are going to have 2 snipers, so just be careful of those. Ouch. There's a sniper across the way. There it is. I'm going to try and save 1 jackal. As I said, the easiest guys to get shields off of are jackals. Grunts. Any shielded enemy, if you melee them, they can shoot you while you're meleeing them. So you have to be a little careful there. But jackals, you can use your grapple hook and stuff to kind of stagger them. And that makes it a lot easier to run up and beat the crap out of them. Watch the grenade spam. There is going to be a lot. Now, I would actually switch to shot grenades. You should already have them on LASO. I believe it kind of gives you every single grenade because of the infinite ammo one. I think they just automatically give you all the grenades off the start. If you see grunts running around, it probably means they don't have their shields anymore. The reason why they're so important is, as you see, if the thing hits it, it completely stuns enemies even with shields, which is super, super valuable. And it does a pretty good job of ripping through enemy shields. If you don't know, again, you can't see your grapple hook, and you can't see your grenade selector, so you gotta mentally kind of figure out where it is. I know mouse and keyboard, they just basically have hotkeys, you can switch between them. But on controller, you have to hit left on the D-pad, which will bring up the selector that you can't see, and then right on the D-pad, and that will select shot grenades. Left and up is plasmanade, left and left is frag grenade, and left and down is spike grenade. Now, the plasma grenades are going to be one of the most useful ones we're going to use. These are amazing for launching enemies around and popping shields. The spike grenades are great for actual damage, specifically flesh damage. We'll use this. Really, the only enemy you'll see us use this on are hunters. We'll use this on hunters a whole lot. And the shot grenades are good for stunning enemies to prevent them from shooting you, which are super useful. It's probably, it's the most useful one. So let me make sure I have out the correct weapon. If you don't know what weapon you have out, you can just do that. Or you can actually look at your shadow as well. And don't be afraid to do exactly what I just did there. The grapple hook can stagger unshielded enemies. So there it is. So you can use it to kind of like pop the jackal shield, and allows you to get an easy melee and stagger them. When in doubt, grenade spam. And that's why, again, why LASO is so easy. Banana Skull makes this so trivial, you can kind of just spam everything you want. So normally, again, speedrun-wise, we would just kind of, oops, run through everything. Did I kill all those? Alright. Again, my goal is try to keep one jackal alive at a minimum. Which there is one. He's got a mangler, which I'm not a super fan of, but that's okay. That was a little closer than I would have liked. But once you kill all of them, as I said, try and maintain one last. I now have full shield, so I know I'm going to get a checkpoint. Yeah, what you got now is you want to make sure you select your plasma nades are ready. Your shot grenades aren't bad to also have ready. And then you also want to make sure you've got full ammo in your rocket launcher is fully reloaded and ready to go.
Forerunner storage vessels. Silexes.
Because the trick with Tremonius, honestly, Tremonius is going to end up being one of the hardest boss fights you're going to have to deal with in the game. And the only reason being is you just don't have a lot of cover, and he's got a lot of health. And the best way to actually handle him is just keep him in the air. If you are able to launch him in the air that is not him jetpacking, he won't shoot at you. So you can basically, like, act as a volleyball on him. But in reality, we're just going to nade spam and rocket launcher the crap out of him. Like everything else in the game. So what you want to do, hopefully you have full shields. Because at this point, if not, it's going to be rough. But you're going to activate. And then, you're going to immediately pop shots there. Switch to your shot grenades, and then you're going to kill the jackals. Really, you want to take out the jackals as quickly as possible. And then, ouch, ouch, and I'm dead. Luckily, I should have gotten the checkpoint, so not going to be bad. There it is. So, as I said, shot grenades also stun. They also do stun bosses even. That's why they're super useful. That being said, I'm going to try and keep the, oops. Ow. So you can, again, you can try and chance a melee if you really want. Well, I didn't actually mean to kill him that quickly, but there you go. Shot grenade spam is the best way to honestly kill him. You can use plasma grenades to pop his shield and then shot grenade the rest of the time. But when in doubt, just rely on the shots. As I said, because they stagger the boss, they're super easy to use them. But if you saw, I actually was able to grab a get my shields fully charged because I believe... I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this is not an area that if you finish, you won't get full shields. You might get sent back to this mission if you die, even though you finished it. It's not that bad, though. The next area, we do have a bunch of sleeping grunts, so it's pretty easy to get an easy back smack and get your shields back. So even if you're not full shields, don't worry too much about it at this point. But you can kind of risk it if you want. If he's got his shotgun out. So Tremonius has that shotgun and the bulldog. If he has the shotgun out, don't try to melee him. But if he's got the Hydra out, feel free to walk up, beat him to death, and then just keep spamming grenades. And if you can get him when he's mid-shock, so if he's doing his electrified, great time to get a melee. Easiest time to melee enemies. So, but anyways, that's mission 2. That's Foundation. We got through it. I should have put a timer up so we could have seen how long this is going to take. But honestly, we're only 20 minutes into this total. Right? Like 20, 30 minutes in, and we're already through 2 missions. And it's going to become a lot easier soon here. So just be ready, but you'll see what I mean soon here. So anyways, though, that's mission number 2. That's Foundation. Let's move on to mission 3.